Nuclear weapons are unlike any other weapons humans have created. They represent a pinnacle of scientific achievement, yet also a profound moral dilemma. They are not just bigger bombs, they are fundamentally different. While conventional bombs rely on chemical reactions, nuclear weapons harness the very forces that hold atoms together. These weapons get their power from the atom, the basic building block of all matter. By manipulating the nucleus of the atom, scientists have unlocked a source of energy millions of times more powerful than traditional explosives. When an atom is split, a process called nuclear fission, it releases immense energy. This energy is not just a simple burst, it is a chain reaction that can continue to split more atoms, releasing even more energy. This energy, when unleashed in a nuclear weapon, creates a massive explosion with devastating consequences. The initial blast can obliterate everything within a radius of several miles. The heat from a nuclear blast can vaporize everything in its vicinity, while the shockwave can flatten entire cities. The sheer destructive power is almost unimaginable, reducing buildings to rubble and causing widespread fires. But the horror doesn't end there. The aftermath of a nuclear explosion leaves a scar on the landscape and the people who survive it. Nuclear weapons also release deadly radiation that can spread for miles, poisoning people and the environment for years to come. This radiation can penetrate buildings and bodies, causing long-term health issues. The effects of radiation sickness are gruesome, causing cancers, birth defects, and slow, agonizing deaths. The invisible nature of radiation makes it a silent killer, affecting generations long after the initial explosion. The mere existence of these weapons is a threat to the future of humanity. They serve as a constant reminder of our capacity for destruction and the need for global peace and disarmament. The world must come together to ensure that such power is never unleashed again. To understand the destructive power of nuclear weapons, we need to delve into the heart of the atom. Atoms are made up of even smaller particles: protons, neutrons, and electrons. Protons and neutrons reside in the atom's nucleus, while electrons orbit around it. Nuclear weapons exploit the energy stored within the atom's nucleus. There are two main types of nuclear weapons: fission weapons and fusion weapons. Fission weapons, also known as atomic bombs, work by splitting the nucleus of a heavy atom like uranium or plutonium. Fusion weapons, or hydrogen bombs, are even more powerful. They work by fusing together the nuclei of light atoms, like hydrogen isotopes, under immense heat and pressure. This fusion process releases an even greater amount of energy than fission. The story of nuclear weapons is a chilling reminder of humanity's capacity for both brilliance and destruction. It is a tale that intertwines scientific discovery with the darkest aspects of human conflict, showcasing how the pursuit of knowledge can lead to both incredible advancements and catastrophic consequences. It all began in the 1930s when scientists discovered the potential of nuclear fission. This groundbreaking discovery revealed that splitting the nucleus of an atom could release an enormous amount of energy. The implications of this were profound, and it wasn't long before the world's leading scientists began to explore the possibilities. Fearing that Nazi Germany might develop this technology, the United States launched the Manhattan Project in 1939. This massive, top-secret endeavor aimed to harness the power of nuclear fission for military purposes. The project brought together some of the brightest minds in the world, including renowned physicists like J. Robert Oppenheimer, Enrico Fermi, and Richard Feynman. These scientists worked tirelessly, racing against time to unlock the secrets of the atom. They faced numerous technical challenges and ethical dilemmas, but their determination never wavered. The Manhattan Project was a monumental effort that required unprecedented levels of collaboration and innovation. Their efforts culminated in the creation of the first atomic bombs, which were tragically unleashed upon the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. The devastation was unimaginable, with tens of thousands of lives lost in an instant and countless more suffering from the long-term effects of radiation. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki marked the end of World War II, but ushered in a new era, the atomic age. The world had witnessed the destructive power of nuclear weapons, and the implications were profound. The use of atomic bombs not only ended the war, but also changed the course of history, leading to a new geopolitical landscape. The world watched in horror as the devastating power of these weapons became all too real. The images of the destruction in Hiroshima and Nagasaki served as a stark reminder of the potential for annihilation that nuclear weapons held. This newfound awareness sparked a global debate about the ethics and future of nuclear technology. The Cold War that followed saw the United States and the Soviet Union locked in a nuclear arms race, each side amassing vast arsenals of increasingly powerful weapons. This period of intense rivalry and mutual suspicion led to the development of even more sophisticated and destructive nuclear technologies. The threat of nuclear war loomed large over the world, shaping international relations and influencing global politics for decades to come. The Cold War cast a long shadow over the world, a constant reminder that humanity lived under the threat of nuclear annihilation. The fear of nuclear war permeated every aspect of life, from international politics to popular culture. Governments built bomb shelters and developed elaborate civil defense plans, preparing for a nuclear attack that they hoped would never come. The threat of nuclear war also fueled proxy wars and international tensions, as the superpowers vied for dominance on the global stage. The development and proliferation of nuclear weapons have had a profound impact on international relations, shaping alliances, conflicts, and diplomatic efforts for decades. The very existence of these weapons has created a climate of fear and distrust among nations. The Cold War saw a perilous arms race between the United States and the Soviet Union, each striving to outdo the other in terms of nuclear firepower. This competition led to the development of increasingly powerful and sophisticated weapons, pushing the world closer to the brink of nuclear war. The arms race also had a significant economic cost, diverting vast resources away from essential services like healthcare, education, and infrastructure development. The pursuit of nuclear superiority came at the expense of human well-being and global development. Section 6. Disarmament, a dream or a possibility? The horrors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, coupled with the ever-present threat of nuclear annihilation during the Cold War, ignited a global movement for disarmament. The sheer devastation witnessed in these cities served as a grim reminder of the catastrophic potential of nuclear weapons. The world watched in horror as the mushroom clouds rose, and the aftermath left an indelible mark on the collective consciousness of humanity. People from all walks of life rallied, demanding an end to the nuclear madness. From students to scientists, activists to artists, the call for disarmament resonated across continents. These protests were not just about opposing nuclear weapons, they were about advocating for a safer, more peaceful world. The unity and determination of these movements showcased the power of collective action. The Partial Test Ban Treaty of 1963, which banned nuclear weapon tests in the atmosphere, underwater, and outer space, was a significant step towards disarmament. This treaty marked the beginning of a series of efforts to curb the nuclear arms race. It was a moment of hope, a testament to what could be achieved when nations came together for a common cause. This treaty was followed by other agreements, such as the Non-Proliferation Treaty, which aimed to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons to more countries. The NPT, as it is commonly known, sought to promote peaceful uses of nuclear energy while ensuring that nuclear weapons did not proliferate. It was a delicate balance, but one that many believed was essential for global security. However, the path towards complete nuclear disarmament remains long and arduous. Despite the treaties and agreements, the world still grapples with the presence of thousands of nuclear warheads. The dismantling of missile silos and the symbolic breaking of missiles are steps in the right direction, but they are just the beginning. The challenges are immense, with geopolitical tensions, mistrust among nations, and the perceived security dilemma posed by nuclear weapons acting as major roadblocks. Every step towards disarmament requires careful negotiation, trust building, and a shared vision for a world free of nuclear threats. The journey is fraught with difficulties, but the dream of a nuclear-free world remains a possibility worth striving for. Section 7. The morality of nuclear weapons, an ethical dilemma. The development and use of nuclear weapons raise profound moral and ethical questions. Can the use of such inherently indiscriminate weapons, capable of inflicting unimaginable suffering on civilian populations, ever be justified? Many argue that the possession of nuclear weapons for deterrence purposes is itself morally problematic, as it relies on the threat of using these weapons, which would have catastrophic consequences. The debate surrounding the morality of nuclear weapons continues to rage on, with no easy answers in sight. Section 8. Nuclear weapons in the 21st century, new threats and challenges. While the end of the Cold War brought a sense of relief and hope for a world free from the threat of nuclear war, the 21st century presents new challenges and dangers. The proliferation of nuclear weapons to more countries, the rise of non-state actors, and the potential for nuclear terrorism pose significant risks. Moreover, technological advancements in cyber warfare and artificial intelligence raise concerns about the vulnerability of nuclear command and control systems. The accidental or unauthorized launch of a nuclear weapon, whether due to technical malfunction or malicious intent, is a chilling possibility. Section 9. Towards a safer future, our shared responsibility. The nuclear threat is a global problem that demands a global solution. All nations, regardless of their size or military might, have a shared responsibility to work towards a world free from the threat of nuclear war. This requires strengthening international cooperation, promoting dialogue and diplomacy, and renewing our commitment to disarmament treaties. We must also address the root causes of conflict, such as poverty, inequality, and injustice, which can fuel nuclear proliferation. The future of humanity depends on our collective wisdom and resolve. We must choose dialogue over confrontation, cooperation over competition, and disarmament over destruction. The time to act is now, before it's too late.